Those who are in non-training grade pathways, non-training grade careers in particular, but not exclusive to that. So to give some examples, consultants who are feeling that their career choice perhaps is not correct, or those who are wanting to change subspecialty. Staff and associate specialists, trust grader doctors who are thinking about their career, and for some of those it will be wanting to enter the training pathway. In addition, UK doctors who have trained in the UK but have worked abroad and are wanting to return to work in the UK, so thinking of career breaks, or those wishing to plan retirement. Trainees who are wanting an independent view. They may be thinking of stepping out of training for a while, taking up staff and associate specialist posts or other posts, and want a completely independent view on the pros and cons of that.
Okay, so I think people really should understand that everyone has career dilemmas. I've had career dilemmas, I'm sure you have, and it's not unusual. And sometimes people can just ride it through and they make their decisions by themselves or with the support of their colleagues or their friends or family. So we're not dealing with stuff that's out with people's experience. It's going to happen to everybody at some point, isn't it? And the service is there if people get to a point that they haven't got anybody else, or they would like some externality or non-judgmental support in managing that career change or dilemma.
I don't know about you, Mandy. I've been really interested to meet some of the people who've asked for support through the Careers Advisory Network. There have been some amazing people who've come along really just to have a conversation.
Yeah.
We've seen people preparing for retirement. We recently had a conversation with somebody who had been a trainee, had resigned their national training number for various family reasons, but now was reconsidering re-entering paediatrics, thinking of going through the SASG route. You've had a couple of interesting ones, haven't you?
Yes, well, I've had a couple of very challenging conversations with people who, in a way, lost their direction, and having somebody completely out with their own trust or organisation who has no agenda, who could just listen and then help weigh up with them what exactly is the problem. Is the problem within the organisation, or have they got some personal difficulties that are impacting on their work? Really makes a difference to people, I think, because it's the externality that really matters, and the fact that this is a confidential service that is really not going to go anywhere apart from between the advisor and the person who's requested advice. I think also some of the things that we help with are having ideas that maybe they haven't thought of, or options that they haven't thought of, because, as you say, between us we've got a wealth of training experience and careers experience. So, for example, somebody asked about working overseas. They'd never worked overseas before and didn't know even how to start to think about it. But I've advised others, trainees, about overseas working.
Yes.
And so I knew a little bit about the process, and that person found it very helpful, I think. I think most people, I hope, have found it a really useful service.
Yes. I had a very interesting case of a doctor who was quite senior within the NHS, and then for various personal reasons had decided to step out of the NHS and work privately. And for a variety of reasons, after 5 or 6 years, wanted to rethink that. And actually that was a very interesting encounter. I found it interesting because it was something that we're not that used to within paediatrics. But again, it was just about exploring this person's values, their motivations, helping them think through what was important to them, and letting them have some space to think and discuss